If you too are wondering if Nikkie Tutorials foundation is actually that full coverage, then keep on watching because we'll find out today. Hello and welcome back to my channel. So many of new people have arrived on my channel, so welcome. Ignore my nails, they are chipped and disgusting. Today on the agenda, I will be testing the Ordinary High Coverage Foundation formula. We all know Nikkie is a full coverage queen. I really do wonder if this foundation is actually that full coverage. If you would like to know how this foundation looks like, performs like, wears like on an oily, acne prone skin, just keep on watching. That's all you need to do. Just keep on watching. So before I actually start applying this foundation, I do have to make a small disclaimer. Because Nikkie has made this foundation so famous and so she wears it all the time basically, it is sold out almost everywhere. I'm only saying that because I bought a light shade, not a fair shade, and I am actually pretty fair. Even though I'm neutral undertone, leaning cool, I bought a yellow undertone. Excuse me if I do look a little bit mismatched, but the formula will be the same regardless of the shade, and that's basically what I'm testing today. I'm going to read the claims, or actually there's no claims. There's a description, there's no claims. That's not sufficient for my liking. I will Google some info. Are you kidding? Literally, as I'm reviewing this, they have restocked every single shade. I'm so annoyed. Well, anyway, at least if this foundation is good, you can go out and buy it. Because the price for this is $5.95. I mean, that's a drugstore price. It is a 30ml foundation. The foundation that every single beauty buff wants to get their hands on. This flawless, full coverage liquid is crafted from color pigments suspended in the Ordinary spreadability system. This unique formulation ensures that finish looks natural. Think real skin, only better, with no risk of color setting in creases or appearing cakey. In 21 versatile shades with clever undertone identifiers, never masks your skin's unique characteristics. I don't know. To be honest, by the description, I'm not entirely sold. It has SPF of 15. It is supposed to be semi-matte finish. Let's open it. I'm not sure whether that's the spring in the pump or there's actually a ball inside, but it does tell you to shake. I'm going to zoom it in so you can see the coverage and the application, and we're gonna get started. Because it seems like it's so full coverage, I'm going to start with one pump and we're gonna find out how thick it is. That's a nice small pump. It's not too thick, not too thin. Ooh, soaks right into my sponge. Let's have a look. Okay, and I already ran out of my first pump because you can see there's no foundation in the sponge anymore. That was 4, right? It oxidizes when it sets a little bit. Definitely the wrong undertone, so I will be the number 1 neutral, or is it? No, number 1 is fair. 1.1N. This is so yellow on me. I'm only doing half of my face because I do want to try it out with the brush on the other side. Oh, I forgot to do a close-up. So this is my skin without any foundation. And this is my skin with 1 layer of the foundation. Yeah, definitely the wrong undertone. But it'll be fine. I'll make it work. For my brush side, I'm of course using the Expert Face brush. I don't like it as much. It doesn't push the product into the grooves and doesn't make it as smooth. I'm going to stick with my sponge instead. It does look a little bit nicer. Okay, so this is my face with 1 layer of the foundation. Definitely the wrong undertone. I feel like an Oompa Loompa. It's something. When it comes to the finish, I would still consider this more of like a skin finish, pretty dewy. I wouldn't consider this demi matte. On this cheek where I have a little bit less acne, it doesn't look that bad. It's almost a full coverage. I would still consider this a medium, a light full coverage. Where I do have problems with my skin, there's a lot of acne, you can just tell it's more of a medium. Even where I had a spot and it's gone now and it's just left a mark, you can see it hasn't covered up that completely, and it is actually collecting in my line on my forehead. So so far so good, great, I love it. On this cheek, this has sat on my skin a little bit, and it has set. It is getting to that demi matte finish, I feel like. When it comes to the lines around my lips, it's collecting in those too. If you have a lot of fine lines, not gonna be the best. It does build. I didn't use all of that. I probably would use 3 pumps on a daily basis. The more I let it sit, the more I feel like it's oxidizing, so maybe I would be better off using a fair shade. I could get away with it. I can't get away with the undertone though. If you're new to my channel, I always like to test cream contour cream products with the foundation. So for my cream contour, I'm going to use Revolution Matte Base Concealer in 13.5. I like to do this so I can check if the formula allows things to be blended on top of it. I don't see why this one wouldn't, because it's still quite creamy on my skin. That actually blended in easier than some of my other foundations. So when it comes to cream contour on top of this, it's very nice. Okay, let's see the concealer, shall we? For my concealer today, I will be using Collection Lasting Perfection, and I have number 1 Fair. Yeah, the formulas blend in really nicely with this foundation, purely because it's still very creamy. That means, unfortunately for me, I have to powder my whole face. I really don't like to do that. As always, I'm going to set my under eyes first, and then I'll set the rest of my face. Today I'm going to use RCMA No Colour Powder. It powders really nicely. Alright, it is 10:27. So 10:30, I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup off camera, and I will be back in 2 hours to show you what I look like. So it has been 2.5 hours since I applied this foundation. Nice and matte, but I have some thoughts. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but my top is literally like I full on have a cast of foundation that has rubbed off when, I don't know, I was leaning forward or whatever, or like looking down, and it transferred badly. It doesn't hold, and it settled into this line here. Can you see it? It's not even that deep. Like, that's my smile line, because I smile here. I don't have smile lines. I have a natural Botox, as I call it, fat, in this area. So when I smile, the smile lines are here. You can see. And that's where it's settled, right here. On this side, it's not that bad, but you can still see it just a little bit there. It came off around my mouth. Yeah, I don't like it. I just like, look how much foundation has collected near my nostril, and it even settled into my line on my forehead. makes me feel old. That's not a good sign. I will carry on this wear test. I will check how quickly it will get oily. However, because it is more of like a creamy formula, I get it. You know, Nikkie has dry skin. I have oily skin. I love creamy foundations. I love hydrating foundations, but when they transfer so much and they don't actually set, there's a difference between a creamy foundation that sets, looks nice on the skin, gives you like a natural skin-like finish, a bit like the L'Oreal 24-hour fresh wear foundation that's nice and creamy and skin-like. This is straight up creamy. I set it with a powder. It doesn't like it. It just, I don't, it looks okay, but it doesn't look good. 2.5 hours in and I'm not blown away by it. 4th hour update, and god damn, I need to play with this foundation more because as you can see, there's like no shine on my face, and that's very weird. I usually get shiny at like the 2-hour mark, 4-hour mark, and it's almost been 4.5 hours. So I'm just, what? I still don't like how it came off, and you know, it's on my top and it's annoying me. It hasn't come off my hairline. I don't see, like I said, I don't see shine. It's just like a healthy amount of glow kind of thing. So I don't know, but it's like, I don't know, it seems patchy because of this. I cannot make my mind up. Not great, clearly. I don't like it on its own, but maybe there is a trick. Maybe there's a way. Let's carry on. Let's see. I just had a nap. And it's 6.5 hours in, and no joke, guys. Can you see like difference in colour there? There and there. We can see that the foundation is falling apart. Like, I mean, I did sleep, but this side is completely rubbed off. It doesn't look good. It's not a good foundation. Why does Nikkie like it? I don't like it. I don't get it. It doesn't work for me. I don't like it. To be completely honest, I think I'm gonna leave it there because I don't like it. It's not like it's gonna change. Maybe if you do have dry skin, this would grab onto your skin a little bit nicer. On my oily skin, it just like slips off, but it's not like it's separated anywhere. We're gonna say we're gonna part ways with this foundation. Unfortunately, in my opinion, it's a fail despite that $5.95 for £6. I would go for Wet n Wild instead. If you love this foundation, great. If it works for you, if you have any tips for me why this foundation might have rubbed off, might have come off my face so quickly, let me know down in the comments below. I do appreciate feedback. Maybe it's something I've done wrong. This is a fail. I'm gonna finish this wear test because it's not gonna look any better and I don't like it. I really don't. I hope you have enjoyed that. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.